What's up, guys? It's Corey, and I'm back with some more Diablo 3 Hardcore with my Crusader. Last time we kind of left off in a weird place. I was kind of in a hurry after beating Diablo. The video was getting kind of long, so I ended up just leaving without talking to this guy, General Torian. He's gonna be the guy that starts our next quest, and I just wanted to get things done. And we can't actually save until or I guess we can't get the waypoint until we talk to him, I guess.
General Torian, what was that Death Maiden doing in the cathedral?
She was creating an orb that turns the living into Malthael's death creatures. A single orb can transform hundreds of innocent people every hour, and my men report 2 more of them out in the city.
Soul crucibles. With 2 of them, Malthael has an endless supply of soldiers.
Then I will destroy these crucibles and cut off Malthael's supply of troops.
I don't know what the purpose of these soul orbs is for outside of Malthael and all of his forces being huge dicks. I don't know if they had some other purpose, but it seems like a real bad deal, and like they might have always been destined to kind of be shitbags. But maybe that's just me. Like I've said before, I don't understand a lot of the side story, a lot of the lore and background of these the series. So I'm sure there's probably some stuff that I'm missing.
Needed in the high heavens. Owing to Malthael's growing fascination with the humans, Tyrael has suggested I begin my search on Sanctuary.
Fuck. Okay. I don't even know why I was worried about, like, there was that skeletal archer down here going after my enchanter or enchantress. I don't even know why I cared. I mean, it doesn't matter if she dies. She doesn't actually die, which is kind of the point.
You can only carry so much in Crusade.
Again? I should have really checked my inventory before I started this. That's okay, we'll be fast. I do that every time. What are we at now? 14 of 60. That'll do. And it's shit. I figured as much. It's a blue. Anything worthwhile in here? I don't know if I've ever been in this place, actually. This is weird. Huh. Yeah, I got no idea. I've never been through that area. I'm assuming it just was like a little shortcut through that road, or like around that corner that led north, but I don't know. I've never seen that before. Oh fuck, I didn't even realize. Huh. Okay. We're gonna find the Soul Crucible. If I remember correctly, this place is very large. This map. So, I have no idea how long this is going to take. So this might be the only thing we do today in this video, honestly. I've had a lot of things going on recently that are kind of unfortunate, honestly. Well, I don't know if unfortunate is really the word. Over the past, let's say, month or so, I've been having some car problems that culminated in taking it to the shop again today. After about a month ago, I spent $200 on my car, which is not paid off. And this time I ended up spending $600 because the first time I took it in, I had a broken bolt It attaches the bracket that holds my alternator to the motor. There's 3 bolts there. One of them was broken. And they ended up getting that bolt out and remounting it, and everything was okay. And then now I find out that my alternator is fried, and it's taken my 2-year-old battery with it. Or maybe, I guess it's maybe it's like 3 years. I suppose it would probably be like 3 years old, not 2. Oh, level 40, sweet. So that cost me $600 this morning, which I didn't have. Luckily, I was unfortunately able, I guess fortunately and kind of unfortunately, I had to rely on my parents to help me out. Which I will then have to pay them back over the course of this next month or so. That's a fucking nightmare. I fucking hate this car. I've had problems with it for well, I haven't had any serious problems in a while, or any problems at all, I guess, in a while. About a year, or maybe less than a year, than I bought the car. After I bought the car, I mean, I had to put a new motor in it because the one that was in the car when I bought it was shit. Essentially, I don't. My understanding of it isn't great. But from what I can tell happened, based on what the shop told me, is that there was a bracket for a bearing, and this bearing was for my crankshaft, which is like the primary shaft in your motor that all of your pistons are attached to. So it's kind of important for it not to move around, and this bracket was defective. Defective to the point where apparently Dodge, my car is a Dodge Stratus, Dodge used to sell a kit to repair the car. And then eventually they discontinued that, because my car's an '05, it's not particularly new. So eventually, between 2005, or I guess 2004 probably, and 2012, when I got the car fixed, somewhere between there, they discontinued it. So instead of getting a kit to repair that, I just had to get a whole new engine because there wasn't anything that the shop could do to fix that defect without the kit. It just wasn't possible for them to do it. And this is the same shop that, look, that motor's worked perfectly for 2 years. So I went back to them when that bolt broke that mounts my alternator, and even though I felt like they did a pretty good job with that motor, they kind of fucked me over with this alternator. And yeah, that's kind of bad. That's pretty shitty. I mean, I didn't ask them. I mean, I think it's kind of bad, but honestly, I don't even know. I didn't ask them to check the alternator. I told them there was a broken bolt. I didn't know what caused it. I didn't know why it happened. I wanted it fixed. Because we couldn't get the bolt out because of the location. We just didn't have enough room to do it. And they didn't really have enough room to do it either. In order to get that bolt out of my car, out of that engine, they had to lift the motor out of my car entirely to be able to get to it, because it's in such a fucked up place. There just wasn't any room any other way. And that cost a fair amount of money to do that. And then they didn't catch that the alternator was bad, and then this morning driving on it, maybe it even was longer than that. I have no idea how long that thing's been going out. I haven't had any I haven't really had any indications of that over the last month, but it just went out today, and driving on my battery basically today, and maybe before that even a bit, ruined my battery, which added about another $200 for parts and installation, because the battery itself was like 120, 115, 120, somewhere in that area. I don't remember the exact price, but it was a little over 100. It's just a fucking nightmare. For the most part, that car, like, I've had two big things done to it, mechanically, and I don't even know if I would really call this mechanical. I had the motor put in, and since then I haven't had any problems. Other than this. So for like 2 or 2.5 years or whatever it was since I got that motor put in, the car's been running literally perfectly. No mechanical problems at all with that car since that motor got put in. Which is, at this point, is kind of why, after I get it paid off in the next 4 or 5 months, I kind of want to hang on to it for a little while. Because it's been running so well for so long, I want to try and get some extra time out of it without having a car payment. Which most people that have had a car payment know that car payments suck. I mean, even if you haven't had a car payment, extra bills that you don't have to have suck. It's just money coming out of my pocket that I can't use on other stuff. That I want to use on other stuff. I could put it in. I want to put it in a savings account. I want to use bits of it here and there on the YouTube channel, or just doing other things. Lots of other things I could be doing with it. Because it's $300 a month for this car payment, which is not super high, but it's not an insubstantial amount of money. I could potentially do a lot of stuff with that money. It's not killing me to pay that payment, but I could find other uses for it, and I want to. So that's why I want to hang on to it.
That Death Maiden controls the Soul Crucible.
Okay, let's take out these corpse piles first. They will constantly spawn enemies, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of like those piles of corpses in the waterway, aqueduct. I don't remember exactly what the map is called. But yeah, that's been. Luckily, I was able to get it into the shop this morning. I started having the problem at like 7 a.m. and then by 10 a.m. the car was fixed in my driveway. They were expensive, but they were fucking fast, and I really appreciate that. Alright, we got a weird thing going on here. Let's see what this is.
Thank you. I knew you would arrive in time to save me.
Oh, we got the mystic enchanter chick. I totally forgot about her.
I am Miriam Jazia, a seer of the Vetchin people. I foresaw our meeting, but I did not see this horror. I have come to help you. There is one crucible left, and if you destroy that, the maidens will not be able to create more. There is no time to waste. We must be on our way now.
Alright, so I guess we're going to the Briarthorn Cemetery. I don't know what the point of that is. Like, why does he want me to know he's watching me? I assume he's aware of all that Diablo shit that just happened recently.
by humanity during my time on Sanctuary. When at last I found Malthael.
You should get to the survivors' enclave. It's not
Fuck.
safe out here.
Nonsense. You'll protect me. And after experiencing what those things do to people, let's just say I need to see you destroy the final crucible with my own eyes if I am ever to sleep again.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with recently. And this is all taking place about 2 weeks. Oh, I guess maybe like 2 weeks exactly. Before I move. So perfect timing, basically. I mean, I suppose it's good that it's happening before I move and not after,
Yes, fate.
because I'm very familiar and
As well as the future.
I'm very familiar with my finances right now, so I was fairly comfortable saying that I can pay this money back pretty easily. After I move, I'm not nearly as familiar with what my finances are going to look like. I've got no idea. So yeah, it's just bad all around, basically. But I suppose it's not all bad. Like they got the car fixed, and it seems like it's working perfectly. I looked under the hood. It looks like everything they said they were going to do, they did.
Night.
I have learned that in terrible
So
situations,
yeah,
it's better to laugh than to cry.
they were expensive, but they did their job,
Much as I would.
and that's what I needed. And I can deal with money. My job is not awful. I can repay $600. It's not an insignificant amount of money by any means, but I can do it. Ideally, I want to do it this month, but I don't know if that's feasible. That would be pushing it a bit, especially since half of this week is going to be in my new place, and I'm going to need stuff like food, like rent for the new place, all that kind of stuff.
You will live a long and happy life.
I won't need rent right up front. That stuff is already being taken care of. But
Never believe you can be happy and content.
I will need it sometime shortly after, relatively shortly after. And it's just, yeah, it's a really shitty timing. Okay, I can't go south. Ooh. Find Master Soul Crucible. Oh wait, I wonder if it's up there, like in the middle of the screen. We'll have to go check that out if I can't find it over here. And now that I've been around as much of this map as I have on the outside, I'm assuming it probably isn't over here.
To expect. You just don't take care of yourself. It's always about saving the world first, isn't it?
Is she complaining? Is she honestly complaining about me not taking care of myself because the world is more important than, like, some of the more unnecessary things that an individual might need? It's been a while since I've done the story stuff, so I'm definitely kind of forgetting some of the things that she does. She is definitely I suppose one of the more interesting characters of the game, but even then, not really. I suppose that wasn't a very enthusiastic way to introduce her, or not introduce. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, guys. Way to describe her. For whatever reason, I just couldn't think of the word describe. But yeah, that's not a very energetic way to describe her. But I don't know, man. I don't care. This game is not about its story, and its strong point is not its story. So, I don't know. I don't think taking a ton of time to really go over that is really all that worthwhile. If the story was better, or more of a focus even, like, it's not even a focus to Blizzard for the most part. They put, like, extra, like, diaries and all these books and things that you can pick up that give you lore on places and people and enemies, all that kind of stuff, game concepts, all that stuff they put in there, and that's cool that they do that. It seems like their biggest priority with the game is the fact that it's a game and playing it needs to feel good. And I totally agree with that. I think that it's far more important for most games, not all, but most games, for their gameplay to come first. And story can be a little more secondary. It doesn't have to be bad, but the thing that makes it different than a movie or a TV show is that you play it. And that's important. That's one of the biggest things that defines a video game. That you play it, and that it's interactive, and that they want to make that part feel as good as possible. And I don't know how else to describe feel. Honestly, like when people talk about, like, I don't know, Call of Duty or something else that's really popular, they talk about how the game feels to play. Like how the shooting feels, how the movement feels, and I don't know how else to really describe that. It's something that I think you pick up fairly naturally if you play a fair amount of games, or play a lot of games, I suppose. But that's a hard thing to describe in any other way.
You are such
Feel.
an artist when it comes to dispatching Death's minions.
My speed ran out.
Don't mind me. I'll just be waiting over here.
Bitch. She comes all this way and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna wait over here because fuck all that. I don't really blame her. I mean, you got corpse piles and this weird fucking... I don't know, they basically just look like demons at this point. Like, I don't know exactly what is supposed to differentiate demons and angels. Like, I guess I can't hit her yet. Oh, I guess there's more corpse piles. Okay. I wasn't sure what the trigger was for the shield, if it was just to kill a certain number of enemies or what. Okay, then it's all the enemies. Let's take this fucking orb out. Alright, so now we go talk to this mystic enchanter chick.
What made that sound?
That would be Urzael.
Who is Urzael?
Urzael is the angel who commands Malthael's forces in this city. I think you made him angry.
Really?
Good. Let's get to the Enclave. We need to see if Tyrael has made any progress.
Okay, return to the Survivors Enclave. We're just gonna town portal and hope she makes it. I mean, she will, but... if you think about it, we're really just leaving her there. And then she can figure it out. And I mean, she can figure it out, so I don't even care. it gets the job done.
Look, the sliver is changing.
Malthael is altering the soul stone in some way.
Exactly. He's been gathering strength from the souls of Westmarch in order to alter the stone. Yet his purpose still eludes me.
He's killing everyone. What more do you need to know?
To stop him, you must know what he'll do next, and that requires understanding his plan.
I don't know what that was supposed to be exactly, but now it's just fire. I don't remember if that was there before the cutscene or not.
Has done this to finish collecting the souls of Westmarch.
Azael, it is time for him to die. Where is he?
All I know is that he is in a tower somewhere in the Westmarch Heights, and that he will be quite rude to you. Before you should stop by my tower. I can enchant some items for you.
Also, I was just thinking about this while that talk was happening. That is a little too big to be called a sliver, I think. That soulstone wasn't that big to begin with. That's a big-ass chunk of that soulstone. I mean, it's bigger than one of these characters' heads by a pretty significant amount, it looks like. And I know they're probably just like scaling it so that you can actually see it. Blizzard tends to make things really big and chunky, and yeah, they do that just to make it easy to see and make it give it an art style that sort of suits everything they do. But that is not a fucking sliver. That is bullshit. I don't really want to wait for this guy to stop, so we're just gonna keep going. I think we're gonna end it here. Honestly, it's been about half an hour, so I think that's pretty good timing. Actually, we've finally made it back to town after killing or destroying those two soul orbs, I think. So yeah, this is probably a good place to do it. So guys, if you liked it, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. If you didn't, let me know why. You can comment on my YouTube video or on my YouTube channel, is what I was going to say, and didn't do it in the right order. Also, I've got my Twitter account linked on my YouTube page, so you can get a hold of me easily through that. If you tweet me, I will see it. Everything comes to my phone, and I've got notifications turned on, so if anyone tweets at me, I will see it, whether I want to or not, and I'm asking for it, so I guess I do. I would like some constructive criticism to help me improve my videos. There's extra work that I'm planning on doing pretty soon, changing custom thumbnails, things like that I'm planning on doing eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't have a good video or a good picture editing program, and I'm trying to learn one right now that I've got, and it's a little difficult, but I'm working on it. But if you guys have any other constructive criticism for me, I'd like to hear it, because I want to make this shit a little bit better. So guys, thanks for watching. We will continue this next time.